Good evening and welcome to Just Event Online News at 9. I'm Anifat Ismail and with me is
Rashidat Muraino.
the news headlines. Apabio seeks increased investment in human capital development.
Federal government clears 40,000 e-visas, targets overstayers in renew cloud down.
Oyetola inaugurates NPA governing board.
Federal government seeks stronger regional ties to curb conflicts.
CAC unveils AI-powered business registration portal.
Federal government tax reform to boost health funding, party says.
JEGA unveils livestock reform blueprint. Asali Mustafa donates 10 million naira. Lecture theatre, ICT center to Unilorin.
Aviation Ministry, NAF to stage Nigeria's first international air show.
Now the news in details. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, has said Nigeria must invest more in human capital development amid its growing population, currently around 227.9 million. He spoke at the National Assembly in Abuja when the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Tech Fund, chaired by Senator Montari Dandute, held a public hearing on 6 bills established tertiary institution. The Senate President was represented by his deputy, Senator Barau Jibrin, said the task before the Senate is to ensure that the institutions once established are not only sustainable but also adequately funded to meet the dynamic needs of the 21st century students.
The federal government has set August 1st, 2025 as the deadline to begin issuing stiff penalties to foreigners who have stayed in their visas. However, it opened an online immigration amnesty portal in July to allow affected individuals to regularize their stay before the penalty take effect. The Interior Minister, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, disclosed this at the stakeholder presentation on major Nigerian immigration service innovations in international passenger travel at the service headquarters in Abuja.
The Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, has inaugurated the newly constituted governing board of the Nigerian Port Authority. Speaking at the event in Abuja, the minister explained that the inauguration marked a significant milestone in the federal government's ongoing efforts to reposition the maritime sector as a driver of national economic development. Oyetola described the inauguration as a vital step in strengthening the governance framework of the NPA and aligning with the current administration reforms to revitalize key government institutions.
The federal government has called for stronger regional collaboration to turn African international borders from flashpoints of conflict into platform for peace, economic development, and integration. The appeal came during the 2025 African Border Day celebration held in Abuja on Monday. In a keynote address, the Director General of the National Boundary Commission, Adamu Adaji, underscored the need for African nations to rethink their approach to borders, saying good fences would make good neighbors.
The Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, has announced the pilot takeoff of its new artificial intelligence-powered registration portal. The Registrar General of the CAC, Malam Hussaini Magaji, in a statement, made the announcement at the 2025 Stakeholders Forum held in Port Harcourt. Magaji described the initiative as a major milestone in Nigeria's business facilitation drive.
The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Pate, has said the federal government tax reform will boost health funding as the recent tax bill signed by the president aims to increase government revenue, which will turn in finance basic services like healthcare and education. Pate, while speaking at the end of the 11th Ministry Oversight Committee meeting on Monday in Abuja, also disclosed that the federal government has allocated substantial resources to the health sector in the 2025 budget, including funds to provide essential drugs for those testing positive for various diseases. He noted the importance of a collaborative approach between the federal government, states, and local governments in rebuilding Nigerian health system.
The former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission and special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on livestock reforms, Professor Atahiru Jega, has unveiled a sweeping national blueprint to overhaul Nigeria's livestock sector, reduce elder farmer clashes, and generate millions of jobs. Jega presented the reform plan on Monday while delivering a lecture at the annual Distinguished Personality Lecture Series organized by the Faculty of Social Sciences, University of Ilorin, in honor of Senator Saliu Mustafa, representing Kwara Central Senatorial District. The lecture themed the political economy of livestock development in Nigeria, challenges and prospects, focused on the need for urgent, inclusive, and innovation-driven reforms in Nigeria's livestock value chain. Jega proposed the establishment of national livestock industrial zones across Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones, while emphasizing the need for key legislative backing. Speaking at the event, Senator Saliu Mustafa, who chairs the Senate Committee on Agricultural Production Services and Rural Development, stressed that livestock development holds vast potential for youth employment and food security.
Complicated, but if empowered, they can do it better with better results. And of course, our civil society organizations have serious deficiencies, the most significant of which is injustice in adjudication. Therefore, most of these farmers or herders would rather take loans into...
He urged government to dedicate at least 10% of their annual budget to agriculture in accordance with the Maputo Declaration. As part of his contributions to education, Senator Mustafa announced a 10 million naira cash donation to the Faculty of Social Sciences, along with commitment to build a state-of-the-art ICT center and a modern lecture theater at the university.
I have tried to put heads together with the team, and we have like 4 or 5 items that we have looked into. A hall for a learning hall, an ICT center, we're looking at which one comes first that will be more of a priority to the students and the community. Whatever the team that is led by Professor Binta, whatever they finally come to terms with, inshallah, we will fulfill our own side of the bargain.
While speaking, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Wahab Egbewale San, represented by Professor Adisa Fawole, commended both Jega's visionary proposal and Senator Mustafa's philanthropic gestures, pledging the university's alignment with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The Dean of Faculty, Professor Adedoyin Jolade, described the lecture as timely and crucial, praising Professor Jega as a blend of academic depth and practical public service, while also acknowledging Senator Sani Mustafa's sustained development efforts across Kwara State. The event drew top academics, policymakers, traditional leaders, and students, further reinforcing the intersection of scholarship, policy, and community development.
The Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development and the Nigerian Air Force have established a committee to finalize arrangements for the inaugural Nigerian International Air Show, slated for December 2025. The decision, according to the ministry in a statement on Monday, was formalized during a costly visit by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Dr. Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, to the Nigerian Air Force headquarters. Kana said the airshow aimed to bolster national collaboration and develop its aerospace workforce.
And that'll be all on Just Event Online News at 9. Here's the recap of the story. Apabio seeks increased investment in human capital development.
Federal government clears 14,000 e-visas, targets overstayers in renewed crackdown.
Oyetola inaugurates NPA governing board.
Federal government seeks stronger regional ties to curb conflicts.
CAC unveils AI-powered business registration portal.
Federal government tax reform to boost health funding.
Jega unveils livestock reform blueprint. Asali Mustafa donates 10 million naira lecture theatre ICC center to Unilorin.
Aviation Ministry NAF to stage Nigerian first international air show.
Last news to Kalala, see Germany ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Germany, last news we are not going state kan wá pé country Germany.
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yes, then big one.
Belgium. Mo gé kò ní o.
Okay, kí ló pè?
Ló pè náà.
Belgium.
Belgium.
I don't notice.
Mo gé ní wàhálà. Gé lẹ́jọ́ mo kà. Ọ̀kadà kò state tó.
Thank you for watching Just Event Online News. Always remember that every action of today is preparation for tomorrow's reaction. For more news, visit www.justeventsonline.com, and to read more updates, follow us on our social media platforms with a tab at Just Event Online.
You can also send us an email on justeventsonline@gmail.com.
I am Anifat Ismail, and with me,
Rashidat Moraino.
good night.